So, Clojure is a hosted language. Let me say what it is, and let me try to say it to a level where people who are just beginning to program could understand. So, that's the thing. Usually, what happens is traditionally, why I'm saying traditionally is mostly till now, you write a program, like let's say this is a kind of C program and all those stuff, right? You just write some program which users can, that is, a human can understand, right? And then what happens is a lot of steps takes place and it finally gets converted into ones and zeros so that like it can be executed on a processor. So don't confuse yourself thinking too much how ones and zeros will get executed and all those stuff. It's beyond the scope of this book and this series and all those stuff. You can do your research, but what to say, don't worry too much, right? So that's the thing. So usually languages like C, C++ are what to say, converted to such a state like they can be run on a processor, right? So, but Clojure is not that case. Okay, so what happens is Clojure usually gets compiled to a thing called bytecode that runs like a Java program. That is like there is a thing called JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Okay, JRE, Java. Yeah, and it is there. So if this has been installed on your computer, and if you write programs with Clojure, that program can run on your computer. So that is like Clojure doesn't have something like what to say, like uh, some its own runtime. Like it, all it just does is it takes your Clojure code, whatever it is, like human understandable, and puts into a thing called bytecode that Java can use it to run on your computer. So that's the thing. Look, if you don't understand it, don't worry, right? I don't think it's going to hinder the process, your process of learning Clojure, right? So that's so look, if Clojure program can be converted to such a way like it can run on this Java runtime, why can't it be converted so that it can run on this .NET runtime? So okay, it's called Common Language Runtime or something like that. Language runtime. Okay, yeah. So this is being put by Microsoft. So that's the thing. So Clojure can even target that. Okay, so even if you're having like a Microsoft ecosystem, you can still write programs with Clojure, right? And another thing is like Clojure can even be compiled to Dart. So Dart means okay, so Dart programming language. Okay, so Dart means okay, this thing and what this is uh, super famous for is Flutter, right? Flutter, right? So Flutter is a UI framework with which you can build UIs that runs on your browser, that runs on your mobile, and all those things. So Clojure can be used to do that too, right? And if you have a web developer and if you learn Clojure, there is no need to learn multiple languages for web development. For example, like I'm a Ruby on Rails developer, but I can't get away with JavaScript. But with Clojure, you can. So, so the Clojure will usually on the server side will run as a, a Java jar file that will generate web pages and JavaScript that needs to be executed in the browser. But the JavaScript will be written as a Clojure program itself. So that's called as Clojure script. And if you write programs in that, that will be compiled to JavaScript. So you can target the server side with Java, and you can also target the client side with Clojure. So that's how it is. So So yeah, this was what I heard was this was made on purpose so that like Clojure runs on multiple platforms, and it seems to be a very very smart idea. So that's the thing. What Clojure really adds is it adds a very good syntax, a very good way of what to say, writing huge programs, and very good way of uh, managing programs or managing software development during its life cycle, so that it kind of negates the feeling like, look, my code has become so crap, like I need to do a rewrite. So it negates such kind of uh, need. Okay, so that's the thing. And so yeah, so this is what Clojure does. And so yeah, you can target so many stuff at the same time, right? So at the same time means it doesn't mean that, okay, look, what runs on this Java will always run on this Clojure task, or what runs on Clojure that runs on Java. Look, there are specific Clojure code that works on Java. There are specific Clojure code that works on Dot. But the thing is the common syntax, right? So you have a very common syntax of writing code, maintaining projects, and everything that will work for all these environments, right? So that's the thing. And you won't feel like you are in some new land, right? Okay, so maybe like if you're doing traditionally for server side, you would write Java code. And for this one, if you want to write UI with that, that will feel totally different. So that won't happen over here. So, or then if you want to go to, if you want to run something on a Microsoft .NET environment, you'll use this common language runtime, and that might, that for that you need to code in C sharp. So you're coding in Java, C sharp, Dart, and maybe for web application, if you code in JavaScript, I think your brain is going to burst. But with Clojure, you'll be writing different codes for targeting different environments. But the thing is, the syntax will be still Clojure syntax, right? So, and that's how it is. So yeah, it looks like hosted languages is beneficial. So yeah, that's it for this video. So let's meet in next video.